Hello and welcome to Physics Basket. Today we are going to cover the topic 13, wherein we are going to discuss again the numericals on motion. So let's get started. So let's start with the first problem, which says that a ball of mass 150 gram is dropped from a height of 21 meter and is caught by a player at a height of 1 meter above the ground. The player takes 0.5 seconds to stop the ball. Find the force exerted by the player to stop the ball. So we have to assume that G is equal to 10 meter per second square. So what's given? The mass of the ball is there, mass equal to 150 grams, which is nothing but convert into kgs, 0.15 kg. 21 meter is the height. So from where the ball is dropped. So the total H we can call it as 21 meter. And where it is caught 1 meter above the ground. So basically it has traveled 21 minus 1, 20 meters during this span to reach the player, and then it takes the player to stop the ball for 0.5 seconds. So he takes 0.5 seconds to stop the ball. So basically we need to find out the total force that is exerted. So first thing is, with these given parameters, which is the height and the total distance it has covered, which we know 21 minus 1 is 20, and G is equal to 10, we should be ideally able to find out the velocity with which it will hit the player, right? So we know V square equal to 2GH. So let's get started. So we have mass is 0.15. So first we can find the velocity with which it will hit the ground. So this is the thing. Basically it has gone till here, and at height h equal to 1, it is being caught by the player. So at this point, what is the velocity we can find out? So v square equal to 2gh we know, because u is 0. So v square equal to u square plus 2gh, and since the first initial velocity will be 0, so we will have replacing u equal to 0, we will get u equal to 0. So this is what we have, 20 meters it has traveled, and the velocity of the ball when it reaches the player is, we get this 20 meter per second, so with which it is hitting. Now after it hits the player, right, he takes 0.5 seconds. That means from 20 meter per second to a final velocity of 0 is the deacceleration of the ball, right? And the time that is taken to deaccelerate this is 0.5. So 0.5 second is the time, and from 20 meter per second till 0, so it goes down and then it has become 0 meter per second. So not this one actually. So from here, from 20 meter per second, it goes till 0. So till this, it takes 0.5 second. So we can find out the deacceleration. So v minus u equal to at. So with that we can find, and in this case a is g, nothing but your 10 meter per second square. So we could get the acceleration or deacceleration that is being provided is 40 meter. So if we already know the weight, so we can find out the force that is being exerted by the player to the ball to bring this deacceleration, which is nothing but mass into the acceleration, and here we have divided by 1000 because mass is in gram. So we get 6 Newton is the force. So let's look at the second problem, which says that a bullet of mass 0.02 kg is fired horizontally with a rifle with initial velocity of 600 meter per second. Fine. And then the bullet is experiencing a horizontal force of 3 Newton due to air resistance. So this is a resistance force. So that's in the negative opposite direction to the motion of the bullet. So we need to find out the time it takes for the bullet to stop. So initial velocity is already given, so we know u equal to 600, m is already given. We know v is equal to 0, so because final velocity to stop, right, to stop, so this means that velocity is 0, velocity is 0. Then we need to find out the time it takes. So basically if we can find the deceleration that is needed for it to stop, then we can find the total time. So deceleration is what? V equal to u plus at. So with that we can find out. So let's try it. So we have the mass already. So this is a mass, and then uh, initial velocity is 600. So 0.202 kg, 600. These are the given data for us. Final velocity, as we know, it should be 0. So air resistance is 3 Newton. So nothing but the air resistance is actually will be the reason for the bullet to stop. So if the mass of the bullet is 0.002, then 0.02 into A, the deceleration which is being provided, will be equal to your force. So F is ma, right? So we have this F ma. With that we already know 3 Newton. So 3 equal to 0.02 into A. We need to find out what is the deceleration. With that we can find out the time. So deceleration, what is A? A equal to V minus U by T, right? V equal to U plus AT. So with this, we'll be able to find out the time, right? So this is the situation here. The bullet is traveling in the positive direction and there is a negative resistance. So the deceleration due to air, as we know already, it will be 600 minus 0 by T. We are considering it's a positive value in this case. So 600 minus 0. Otherwise it will be V minus U, in the sense V is actually 0, 0 minus 600. So force will be negative. But in this case, assuming that the force is in the positive direction, so total value we are keeping it as positive, 600 minus 0 by T. So as we know, force is mass equal to acceleration. So just replacing the value will get the time, what is required for it to stop. So with this, we'll be able to find the time is equal to 4 seconds. So let's start with the next problem, which says that a bullet of mass m. So this is the mass m, and with the initial velocity of u, is moving towards a wooden plank. Upon the impact of the bullet, it penetrates the plank, of course, and then it comes to rest inside it. So the collision causes the bullet to travel a distance d. So this is the point of it. It actually penetrates through a distance of d inside the wooden plank before coming to stop. Coming to stop means the final velocity becomes 0. So find the force exerted by the bullet. So we know initial velocity already we know. This is the initial velocity, and the final velocity is it comes to stop, so is 0, and the distance is d. So we can, where, which is the formula that we should apply, where v, u and d is there. So v square is equal to u square plus 2ad, or 2as, in this case ssd. So this is one of the formula that we can use, and with that we will be able to find the acceleration. Now wherever the force is required, we need to find the deceleration, and then multiplied by m we get the value of force. So again, going back to the given data, so we have mass is m, initial velocity is u, this one, and then distance penetrated into the wooden plank, that is d, that also we know. So this is the situation, it is traveling, this is the wooden plank area, and then it travels and then it goes inside, and this is the distance. This is the distance actually. So what is the velocity with which it hits is u. What is the final velocity at this point? V equal to 0, right? So with that, using this formula, v square equal to u square plus 2ad, we'll be able to find the deceleration. So What is the deceleration? It will be replacing the corresponding values. V is 0. So we get A equal to minus u square by 2AD. Okay. And then with that, we already know the mass. So with mass into the deceleration, so we will know that the force, that is the resistance force, right? So in this direction, that is being provided with the Planck. So since the acceleration is negative, so the resistance force also will be indicating the negative value. So in this case, we'll show it as negative. Okay. This brings us to the end of this topic, and the upcoming topic is class 9 topic 14, wherein we are going to again discuss the motion problems, the fourth one. And till then, stay tuned to my channel, keep subscribing and sharing to your friend to keep me motivated. Thanks for your support.